So this week I started working on the 100-day project. And truth be told, I have done these before. Sometimes I finish them, and more often than not, I do not. But I'm taking this challenge. I'm not even calling it a challenge, because that right there indicates that, you know, there might be a struggle to ensue. But that's not the case. I'm doing this just because I have the time to do it. I have some downtime, and I kind of want to play around with my art journals. I mean, I have all these art journals, and, you know, I've worked on over the years, and I just thought it would be kind of fun to play in my art journals and do stuff that I normally wouldn't do. Just play, just experiment and find out what, you know, see what sparks my interest. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 journals. Seems like I had more than that. And this canvas has a lot of texture going on. And I got them ready by using the white gesso and plaster of Paris mixture I was using in my pieces last week. I had some left over in the container that I mixed it in, and one of you asked me if I could use that, if I could still, how long it lasted. So I wanted to figure it out. So I went and I re-wetted it and stirred it up, and it lasted, but the plaster of Paris in it got really hard and chunky, whereas the rest of it stayed a little smoother. I sanded it all down, and I'm just going to grab these books as I feel like it during the next week, and see what I come up with. Today, what I wanted to play with it was a sample of watercolors, and that's kind of cool. Manufactured in Italy. I typically am not a watercolor painter, but I like the idea of playing with this. So I have a little bit of water. I'm just going to set that right there. I have a watercolor brush. And yeah, let's see what I can come up with. I mean, playing with this alone is kind of fun. So over here, I think I'll add some water to my plaster and do a little wet in wet. Look at those great colors. This, I believe, is Payne's Gray. Oh yeah, that's Payne's Gray. Oh yeah, that's really pretty, but probably not. Well, I was gonna say not a color that I would use for flowers. Right away, I already think I'm doing flowers because that's what I'm used to doing, but yeah. I like to mix it up a little bit. Now, this page, this will be kind of fun because I put a lot of texture on this and then dragged things through it. So I hope, let's see if this will work. I hope by adding this, I'll be able to pick up some of that texture. Let's see. That's kind of fun. It's all about experimenting. So let me take this, and I'm just going to set it aside a few minutes. Let's bring this guy out. Now it's been a couple different paintings. So I want to turn it around. And I have so much plaster on here, it still feels a little dampish. So let's see what I can make out of this. Now this, I did put a matte sealer on it, And I can also pull some Stabilo in here. Who knows what this is going to end up being. It's picking up some cool textures from underneath here, because underneath here was a vintage hanky. You can kind of see part of it right here. And I plastered over that. Let's see if we can get... I'm going to leave that one alone. I can keep playing with it. But let's let that guy go away. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. And this one should be fun. And I take my parchment paper and lay it down, you know, on the next page, just so it keeps the paint kind of contained right there. I've got lots of inks that I haven't even used yet. Let's see what they do. This one is sepia, but it looks very green. Now, my guess is that this is going to really soak into the circles. Don't know. I have no idea. That's just a guess. Let's see what happens. Could be a total mess. And some of these, no matter what, could just be something that I tear up and add on to another piece. Okay, let's see what other color we can do. This looks really pretty. What is this? Silver moss. Oh my gosh. Actually, what I'm inclined to do is add that right over there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Pretty. Wow, yeah. That's gorgeous. Okay, this might be my new favorite color. And these are acrylic inks that I'm using. Predictable, but fun. It's fun little practice. You can practice loosely holding your pencil. And making just some really fun little marks. I love that. I love the double mark. I don't want to do it on all of them. Let's not forget these little guys going off the edge of the paper. And I'm going to come back to this at a later date. Not meaning later next year, but later in this process. These pieces that I'm working on right now are just getting me set up to do more fun stuff and have things ready. If you have things ready to go on your table in the morning when you get up, and you come into your studio, or you come to your kitchen table, or you have a bed tray and you lay in bed and do it before you get up in the morning, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what your space is. Yeah, just have it ready to go first thing in the morning. And then even if you only spend 15 minutes, Like, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this every day because, you know, I'm also working on getting my life a little bit more rounded out, so I'm not doing all art all the time, which I love all art all the time, but, you know, it makes for, when you're not doing art, you know, you have to mix it up. Got to be doing a bunch of stuff. So I really like that. Now, what can I do over here on this side? I like the way that that is running around the textured circles. Let me see if I can get it to do more of that. This is just a really good place to experiment. And when you're experimenting, you find fun stuff like that that happens. That's pretty cool. Okay. So I got that guy started. Where'd my paper towel go? I love this. I love how things just organically show up. This looks so cool in here to me. Okay, let me put that aside. Okay, that's going to be it for that one. Ooh, that's going to be fun to work on. Apparently, I'm really enjoying this dripping thing. And what kid wouldn't? There we go. And I'll leave that one right there. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, there's this book. I'm going to get all these things out of the way. Oh, I'm going to love working on that. This book I left pretty textury. And what do I want to do? Now I do have some, that's acrylic. I have, somewhere I have alcohol paints. I do not know where those are. Probably better. Ooh, purple is not my color, but this is pretty fab. This would be a great background for something. I mainly wanted to get in there with the texture on this paper. Let's see. And what I should have done is done it all at once because it soaked in a little bit too much right in there. Let me see if I can loosen it up again. Moss. I bet that moss is going to look really pretty with this purple. What happens if I mix it in? Definitely tones down the purple, which I kind of like. So So if you tuned in this week to see me make some really pretty art, this might not be the week because I am just playing and laying things down that I can come back to later. Like, this is kind of ugly, but with that, you know, I never use these, sometimes I'm not sure why I buy things, because I just don't really use them. So it gives me a chance to see what they do. Maybe I will use them in the future. Let's do that. Let's mix a little bit of this silver moss, which I am so wild about. Just let it drip over onto the other side. See if it'll do it. No, it's going to get caught there in the middle. But that is kind of pretty. Okay, I'm going to leave that one. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. And I think I have one more book. What is this book? This is another one that I've just painted in. Another journal that I've just kind of done some cool little textures. Played with it. Use scraps off my table. I did like that one. Okay, so what are we doing? Something I just saw that I thought of. Oh, yeah. Not that wild about this face, but maybe I would be. Let's see if we can make this be a little bit more than what it is right now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 starts. Day 1 was deciding and pulling my books together. Day 2 was putting the plaster finish on all of them. Day 3 was just adding some color and playing. And day 4 is also, so day 1, 2, 3, and day 4 is thinking about things, how you can be creative, where you can be creative. So I kind of got that all wrapped into this. There you go. That's what I've been working on this week. This is the first couple of days of my 100 days project. And you might want to do it too. I'm going to add a link down below where you can find it. And you know what? You kind of have to make up your own rules with it, I think. If you're a rule follower, get on and go through and do each one of their prompts. If you kind of want to make sure you're creating for 100 days and you want to commit to that, that's awesome. Make it be something that's going to be interesting and fun for you, because if it's not, you're not going to stick with it. And for me, it's exploring. I don't have an intent other than just to play around and see what I come up with. So 4 out of 100, and I'm on a roll. So thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me in my studio this week. And I will see you again next week. Bye.